made it. I'm almost on time. Hi, I'm AC and this is Dank RC, and I have almost finished the AR wing on 3 live streams that took 14 hours. So, oh, and I have a little doohickey to sit this on so I don't crush the antenna on the bottom here. So it's almost done. I'm basically, I printed out the changes since the live stream are very few. I just did some wire management in the hatch here. I'm going to try to show some close-up pictures, which I've taken some maybe at various stages of completion here, but it's pretty clean in that little compartment. There's lots of leftover space. So the AR Wing Pro is not been flown yet. This is a pre-maiden walk around, so it'll be very quick, but I was thinking of also possibly looking at the piles of things down there, see what's in there, because a couple of those boxes, one's another plane, and the other one is stuff that's going to change my life as far as building these planes are going to go. And maybe I'll explain that if I get my act together. But so, okay, so let's do a little walk around, and I might switch also to the desktop. Let's see if I can switch to the desktop. Desktop center. So yes, this is the GPS, and I've made a little cover for the GPS, but that's what it looks like when it's uncovered. And that is the ready-made RC Bentian Mini 220 GPS. And oh, that doesn't take me to the next one. How do I get to the next one? Oh dear. I don't have a key for the next one. I'm unprepared for this. I'm going to have to move and sit down. Sorry about that. Runway model. Hi, Robert. So, you've seen all this before, but anyway, I'm going to try to do a quick walk around of this. And so that is the GPS, and you can see the little camera over there. That's the rear-facing camera. There is another picture of the GPS. There is the flight controller, and like I said, I think it turned out pretty clean. And it seems to, we'll see tomorrow if it all works, but it looks good. Again, there's the GPS from the other side. I must have loved that GPS. And the camera, and I've changed that a little bit. Not really changed it, but I added a little piece of foam behind there. Anyway, so that is a Caddx Ant. Thank you. I agree. Nice and clean so far. That is the whopping huge Turnigy Trust 55 amp ESC, and you can see that there is a buzzer back there too, and those other 2 wires are the extra wires that come from the little built-in wing connectors that, again, I railed about because they don't have enough connectors to make sense for anything, but you need 4 connectors. There's the beautiful Sunny Sky motor, and there's the cover that I made for the GPS. It's not been placed yet, apparently. The Sunny Sky motor is a 2216 1250 kV, and it's the short shaft version. And this is my very first plane that came as a kit with ball links like that. Very nice. I ended up using my own screws there at each end. The ones that came with it are excessively long. Unless I'm missing something, they were like long enough to hit the foam in the front part there. I was just taking a detail, the fit and finish there, pre-sanding. I've done a little sanding since then, but that's how it comes. The molding is very, very nice, don't get me wrong, but it's not perfect. So I do have some, I started with some 500 grit and then I finished it with 1200 grit where places like that exist. I don't think I took any close-ups afterwards. There's another close-up of the fit and finish of the joinery I did at the winglet. That's a front view. I've since printed the, put a washer behind the head of the screw. You put a washer behind the head of the screw at this place. Yeah, maybe I got longer screws than they came in your plane. I mean, my screws were like 10 millimeters extra long. Anyway. Okay, where were we? So up front here, I have also printed the Bluefish UK, your friend over there, Robert. I've printed his session mount. In fact, I've printed two now for reasons I'll explain in a minute. But yeah, this little guy, I'm modifying it slightly. I'm sanding off these little nubs so that they're just little curves. I don't know if you can see in the bottom right corner. But that's the session mount, I think. And I'm also, anyway, I'll show what I did there in a minute. That's the Foxier Razor, I think. I can't even remember what camera that is. There's a top view with all the goodies in one view. The R9 antenna on the left, GPS in the center, the rear-facing camera, and the VTX is on the right. Boy, I love taking pictures. Oh, there. Okay, so there's the difference. I made a little cover for the GPS. I didn't like the plastic one, the little black plastic one that sticks up. They make it stick up for what reason? You know, why do you need it sticking up? So the GPS is small enough it goes flush onto the surface, under the surface there, so you don't need anything spoiling the airflow more than I've already spoiled it with other equipment, right? There's a close-up of the flight controller. I'm going to have to modify this situation here, and I'm working on a print that encompasses like this whole area here that I'm going to glue down with like E6000, and it's going to incorporate like a wire capture here and have screw mounts for the flight controller. So this whole pad will basically, a flight controller pad will sit here and take up this extra space around here, if that makes any sense whatsoever. The reason is because every time I pull the battery plug, the damn flight controller comes unstuck from the foam here. And of course I didn't, well, not of course, but I haven't sanded anything inside. The only parts I sanded were the very edges of the leading edges of the wing and the edges of the winglets. That's the only parts I've sanded. So the rest of it's covered with mold release, I'm sure. So stuff isn't going to stick very well. Okay, well, there's the beautiful there. I'm kind of proud of my solder joints there. They look pretty nice. I try to make good solid solder joints, make everything nice and clean. there's a close-up of the antenna. I did have to, yes, yeah. I haven't actually got very far with my design yet, but I'm working on it. I like actually designing 3D printed parts. It's just time consuming, but I enjoy the process. Anyway, this is the thank you. Yes, I'm trying to make a clean build. We'll see how the video quality is, though. I've had a few noise issues, recently on some of my planes. So, anyway, this is the Foxy Eraser. I'm stuck on this picture here. Oh, what did I say? What was I going to say? I did have to cut out. So this area right here, I cut out, and I'm still on the fence as to whether the very edge of the foam is showing up on the right and left. So I might end up slicing this front part just a little tiny bit. And then also this whole focus ring was loose, and so I'm going to have to refocus it when I have some good things to focus on out in the field tomorrow. But basically I did trim this a little bit, cut this foam out a little bit more to make room. And I did cut a little bit back here too, but I didn't have to, didn't end up having to cut that. I cut that first, and then, anyway. Here is a detail of how I glued in the VTX antenna, and I didn't get too fancy here. I just notched out a little tiny bit right there, and then just hot glued it. I know it's probably not the ideal thing, and then this here, I did slice this groove, and so this groove is sliced all the way through here, all the way down to this access hole here for the antenna wire. So I sliced it deep enough so the antenna wire goes straight down in there, and then I did cover it up. I did dribble some hot glue in there just a little bit, and then I did stick another piece of foam in there and cover it up with tape so it doesn't look as, you can't tell there's a groove there really if you look. So that's I think it seems to be okay. So we'll see how it holds out, as long as I don't crash it upside down too badly. Again, there's another view of the flight controller. That's the antenna, top part of the antenna, R9 antenna. This was also another simple run, basically. The R9 sits right in here. The R9mm, again, another one. I think this one was from Andy, so thank you, Andy. He gave me like three R9mm's. So I have a supply of them now. Anyway, so you can see I just poked a hole. I don't know if I have a bottom view here or not, but that's what I did. I dribbled some hot glue in there too before I stuck it through after a few test fits. There it is from the other side. There's the hole that I started and then realized that the spar is running right through here. Whoops. Okay. And there's the R9, and Robert, if you're still here, thank you. I was wondering what to do with the antenna. Heat shrink. Oh, yeah. You know what? That's a good idea. You're full of good ideas. In fact, this was Robert, this was your idea, of course, here too, where what I did was just the antenna is situated like this, and it comes out right there. The antenna, the little UFL connector's right here, I think. And instead of trying to figure out how to glue it back down because it was unglued, and I did knock the connection loose, and so I reconnected it. And Robert's idea to heat shrink it like this, fold it back, that's worked perfectly. So that's the R9. It's a tiny little thing. That's what it looks like. Close up. So I love these compartments on the AR wing. I mean, I don't need all this airflow, but it turns out that, you know, it's not going to hurt anything, so I like it. Well done. Whoever's idea that was. There's another picture. I think that was Painless 360. Thank you, Painless 360. A few views. I love taking pictures of my plane. This is the other side, where it's not quite as clean on this side, but I didn't cut off all the extra wires on the wire connector, the connector here. There's 2 extra wires to power a camera that are still there. So there's extra cabling inside of there. I mounted it at the angle that it is just to facilitate a nice smooth path for the antenna wire. And it looks like at least that this will get some good airflow, except for one problem, that the side with the heat that's going to be the hottest is this is the bottom side. But I wanted the antenna to be over here due to its positioning here. So that's what we had to have. So that's the VTX section. And again, I really like this whole idea. Oh, wow, that's a huge picture. I like this whole idea of having these little separate compartments with little doors. That's very nice. It's a very nice touch. It's the first plane ever pre-made that I've ever had that's really thought out like this, with all these kinds of nooks and crannies for everything. This is the rear-facing camera setup. I've added kind of a little piece of foam here that not very well cut, but I just cut it sitting here thinking about it, like packing foam, and just to make it a little bit more aerodynamic. I think I'm going to have to redo that piece of foam because I didn't do such a great job, but this picture was taken before I put that on there. But that's how I wire the camera. I just went right through that air vent there. Easy peasy. Just, I put a little slice in the foam, dabbed a little hot glue, maybe slightly too much hot glue on there, and stuck it down. And same thing with the wire. Stuck it down with some hot glue. Oops. 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 There's a top view of the camera and the area that I sliced off. And there is the front with the battery that I'm going to use. And it is a Zippy Compact 4S 3300, probably 40C series. And I've already cut this Velcro, so it's just like cut off right there. Oh, close up. Yeah. I think that's it. Is that it? So there's the view of the top. Did I take any pictures of the whole thing? Another close-up from that side. Motor. Oh, I just love taking pictures of my plane, don't I? Okay, there we go. There's the whole thing, sort of. Oh, I've taped up all the little holes here. Taped up that hole. I didn't use the thumb screws down here. Yes, I agree. Separation. It's nice to get everything separated. I would have liked to have been able to put things out on the wings using these extra, well, the compartments they put at the end of the wings. But again, you can't use those compartments for anything with 4 wires. Now can you? And that's everything. Your VTX, your RX, what else? Your GPS. What else are you going to put on the end of your wings on those wing end compartments? Things that need 4 wires. and they do not supply 4 wires. That is a huge flaw in my book. That's a huge flaw. So this whole channel here, this extra channel that goes out to that compartment at the end of the wing, is not of any use because of that wire situation. Unless you want to take out all that and put it in your own like DB9 connector or something like that. Okay, so here's the bottom of the antenna. Now this is what you were saying, putting some heat shrink on. What did you say? Put heat shrink the whole bottom piece. So maybe like an extra layer that goes through there. We'll see how she does. It's got enough curve that I think that, oop, that's a really close-up view there. Whoops, where was I? Over here somewhere? That one. So anyway, I covered up all these holes with tape. I didn't end up using the thumb screws. I used my own screws. I didn't like the way it felt. Just the thumb screws weren't, it felt like the plastic thumb screw part was turning on the metal part and it wasn't grabbing. So there's just another view. I taped up the entire bottom servo area there. And there's the hole with the antenna and the wing mount hole. Nothing to see there. There, these compartments you cannot use until they fix the connector issue. Sonic Model, Eachine, Plane Designers, and Painless 360. You could have helped us there. Maybe they slipped that one past you. I bet you would have noticed that if you would have saw it. Anyway, makes these things useless. And of course, the guy, one of the YouTubers, Drone Camps RC, he would never mention that. I don't think he mentioned that in his review of this plane, and that disappoints me when people let things like that go. That's just a close-up of the connection there. Nothing to see, really. Okay, I'm going too long, aren't I? This is the hardest part of the build for a relative newbie for building somebody else's planes instead of my own foam board planes. Getting this glued nicely. This foam is really thin and flimsy. So the one aileron is perfect and the other one has a slight, there's a close-up, has a slight, no more close-ups of that. I thought, oh yeah, right here. This is like a millimeter, maybe 3/4 of a millimeter raised up at this very end here. So it isn't perfect. It could have been better. Some guys, oh, use ground as a common. Yes, you could do that. No, they're not wired that way, though. You'd have to cut the cables that they give you now, wouldn't you? Yes, you would. Yeah. That's an idea, and that's an idea. Use ground as a common. Okay, so that means I have 3 wires left over to put something out here. I gotcha. That would work. That would work. That would work to a limit. You wouldn't want to put too much current on one ground. That's anyway. Yeah. Okay. Okay, back to here. Oh, where was I? Oh, that's the last picture. So we'll go back to, we're done with that. We're done with our fancy slideshow for now. And yeah, so the only changes I've made really since then are not really anything interesting. I've already gone way too long on this. I just put a little bit of foam right there. And again, I think I'm going to recut another piece just to try to give it some aerodynamicness because I got so many things sticking out. I'm trying to make this more of a clean, like a clean build on the outside as well as on the inside. Oh, and there's the Bluefish session mount. I also added a little piece of tape like at the top of the camera. That may be too much and it may cut off, make the too much cooling. But I just thought it would smooth it out a little. Like I said, I'm trying to smooth out any surface that's like unnecessarily rough and violating the airflow. So that is it. Tomorrow is the maiden flight. Oh, the prop I added. I did have a prop in stock for it, so I put the I believe this is 8x6, and it's a pusher prop, so I can use the. I don't have to hopefully worry about the prop not coming loose. So tomorrow, I've put in all the iNav parameters. I haven't gone out. The one time I went out to test the GPS, we had rain for we had a lot of rain. So I need to go out and make sure that it, out in the yard, and make sure that it arms and make sure that the propeller direction is the right way. And if it is not, then I'm going to turn the wires around. But that's basically it. Yes, tomorrow, and Kevin B will be there. That's right. And hopefully we'll get your Optera in the air too. This is kind of like your Optera, but it's not quite as big. It's a little bit smaller. It's like 200 millimeters smaller than the Optera. And it took just as long to do as the Optera, about 14 hours. And I changed my shelf situation over here to hold the plane. Okay, so I said that I don't know if I said this or not, but they had a sale on these planes. So I bought this P&P version of the AR Wing Pro, and it came today, for less than the kit version. So I just thought I would check it out because they were saying on the iNav fixed wing group live stream, and I'm pretty sure you were there, Robert, about how the parts come all like not glued in. There's no servos glued in. The motor's not connected. And I was like, yes, yes, yes. And of course, what's his name? The guy who's running the live stream. The guy in California, not Mark, not Darren, the older guy with the bald, the guys that talked about Rogaine on the last live stream. That guy, anyway. Oh, thank you, Robert. Thank you. Thank you. We'll see. We'll see if it actually flies or if I just break it on the first. So I don't know. Okay, I'm going to change the subject for a minute, but I don't know if you've seen this on YouTube, but there are like 10 different videos of people crashing their AR Wing Pros, like crashing them. Even I think Archangel RC crashed his. I don't know. I hope that's not a jinx that they're all crashing. Painless 360 crashed his too, I think. And there's all these random people that keep coming up in my feed now that's like AR Wing Pro crash. So Steve, yes. Steve. Yes, hello, my name is Arthur and I have an airplane addiction. I have a Dragon. I haven't even unboxed this one yet. It's a Dragon 2 right there. I have in that bottom of that pile down there, that's a oh no, it's over there. Yeah, right there. That's a binary. That's a Sonic model binary. And then on the other side of that wall is a whole shelf full of planes. And then right here is 2 AR Wing Classics or whatever. Okay, sorry. I'm going off. I do have an addiction. Steve. Okay, so Steve was complaining that this kit, this plug and play came all not put together. And Steve is all about like beginners being able to do it without any brains. Beginners being able to do it. Am I right? Am I right? Steve, it's okay. Your work is awesome. I'm glad you're doing what you're doing. But not everything has to be like simple. You know, it just doesn't have to be simple. Some things in life are complicated. And if it's too easy, it's no fun, right? It's a challenge to get it all going. And if you want simple, you can do other flight control systems. You don't have to do iNav. So I did buy this kit, but I got to take a drink. But before I open that, I thought I would just talk, because I'm weird, because I just went through this build, as you know, and I struggled with the connections, and I struggled with the gauge of wire, this gauge, this wire, this 24 gauge. And I thought, when I looked for this, this is all I could find in this kind of kit. So I just thought I'd do some more searching on Amazon. And I went a little crazy, and Amazon came today. And this is going to change my life building airplanes. These iNav airplanes, because I have other news, because I've got all the stuff to build the 3 FPV combat wings. Finally, the ESCs also came. But these little wire things, I did already open one of them. But this is like, what is this? 28 gauge. So this will go in those little DuPont connectors without messing up. And it comes in all like the colors that I need to make my little wiring harnesses for your flight controllers. Because let's face it, it's not plug and play. There's no plug and play for iNav. It's not plug and play. You have to build your own shit. You have to use a soldering iron. You have to crimp connectors or not, but you have to do stuff to make the plane, or the quad, or the boat, or the rover, or the whatever you're going to make. You can't just plug and play it. So anyway, these little packets. Oh, and the reason I got 2 different sets is because because I got one set. Oh, this one comes with some extra accessory in here. I better see what. Oh, zip ties. It comes with extra zip ties. It's weird. The other one came with extra zip ties too. Like, why do you need 3 zip ties for? All right. So I first bought these 2 sets of 28 and 30 gauge. And then I noticed that there's no white wire. And I like to use white wires for part of my wire combinations. So then I had already pressed the buy button. Amazon makes it too easy. I had already pressed the buy button. And so these were already in the queue. And then 20 seconds later, I found these that have white. You can see they have white. They have extra colors. There's not as much wire, I don't think. These are only 10 feet per spool. But okay. So I pressed the buy button on these 2, and then they all came like today. So yay, I can build the FPV combat wing, which is in this box, except for the foam board, wings, and one more piece of spar I think I'm going to need, is every single, and props, is every single thing we're going to, oh, and I'm short 1 antenna. This has got 6 cameras, 3 motors, 3 ESCs, 3 3D printed pods, 3 blah, 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 everything. 3 of everything for Kevin B. And, oh, he's a Bixler fanboy. Well, I gave my Bixler to Andy. In fact, when we were just starting off flying together, we didn't know each other all that well back then. But I had a Bixler from the trash, basically. And somebody's trash was my treasure. And then it became Andy's treasure. And man, he flew the shit out of that plane. And then he put twin motors on it and flew the shit out of it some more. And I don't know if it's still alive or not, but yeah. Well, okay, so anyway, where was I going with Steve? Okay, so Steve poo-pooed this kit, the plug-and-play, because all the crap wasn't installed. And I'm glad all the crap wasn't installed, so let's find out if all the crap is installed. Let's just do, because I have a plane addiction. We already know. Here, let's get this. Is there a view with both of those cameras? Hold on. HD with SD. Is that the one? Yeah, sort of. I guess that'll work. So, more stickers. Another manual. We're looking for the parts. We're looking for the parts. We know how beautiful the foam is. Foam, beautiful. Oh, here's a prop. Okay, so we got a kit. We got a prop. I mean, we got a plug and play. We got a prop. They covered the label up, so I had no idea if they were really going to give me. Oh, this part's heavy, so let's see what's in here. So let's look at the wing. Are the servos installed? The servos are not installed. The servos are not installed. So remember that this is the plug and play version. So all the goodies must be in here. Let's look in here. Let's see what they give us. Oh, so we did get the secondary canopy cover. Oh, yes, we have all the goodies. So that's what it looks like, all the goodies. And so to all the people who would say, darn it, they don't install everything, I say, yay, they don't install everything. Because what if I don't want to use these servos? What if I don't want to use this motor? Oh, there's no ESC unless there's one in here. Oh, there it is. What if I don't want to use this ESC? So what do we get? We get servos. I haven't really seen a kit, or a plug and play, I keep calling it a kit. A PNP kit. You should call this a kit. It's definitely a kit. There is the servos. They do not have any labels. They have a metal gear. And I'm sure they have the wires just the right length for fitting of the wings. And they have just the only control horn that you need. They don't have any extra goodies for you. No extra screws or mounting hardware or anything like that. And both servos are exactly the same. That's good. The motor, long life Japanese bearings, Kawasaki Stator. So they're saying this is a Japanese motor, or at least made from Japanese components. So that's what they're saying right there. Let's check it out and see what we get. We'll put the ESC aside for a second. We'll put the box aside for a second because my hands. So there's our motor. It looks kind of like a Racer Star motor, doesn't it? I can't see the chat right now, but yeah. It's a 2216 1400 kV, just like it says on the website. It comes with the mounting plate. So, and then we have the ESC, and that is a Fly Dragon. It's a Fly Dragon, folks. And then again, the fuselage is all the same as with the kit. Same with the little, this is the GPS cover that I said, you know, I didn't need any extra things sticking up. And it says GPS on it. I just thought that was kind of corny. So there, all this foam plus the hardware costs less than just the foam. But you know what's missing? Oh no, it's not missing. The bag of bits is here. The bag of bits is the same. The bag of bits is the same. Okay. I am dilly-dallying. So the other thing I was going to do, which is the longer part of the thing, is I wanted to I have these little things from Banggood. They are the NeoPixel lights, the fake NeoPixels, and I want to put some lights on the plane. So, Slappy, get to build it yourself. Yes, I get to build it myself, and exactly. The thing is that I don't like the plug and plays with everything glued together. I've noticed that the glue is crappy. Sometimes it's not well done. Now they did do a good job. When the components that they did glue in, everything seems really nice. Don't get me wrong. Everything is very, very well done. So I'm going to try to put this away quickly and put it all back together. Put all the things back in here. Except I'll keep the motor out. I need to put that in there. I think it'll be nice. I didn't have any extra stuff, so I will probably use all these parts that came with it. The servos, the motor, the ESC, and I'll try it out. And this one might be the one. I got also some iNav radar modules that you can't use with the F411 WSE because it doesn't have enough UARTs. So there's nothing you can do. And I have so many of those flight controllers. I have a few boxes. I mean, I have I think I have, I don't know. I'm giving one to Kevin and Andy, one each to Kevin and Andy for the FPV combat planes. So this will never all fit back in the box, now will it? No, it won't. The spar doesn't even go in straight in. This box is so tiny. Okay, but there it all is. There's the motor. There it all is. Off to the side. Off to the side it goes. Okay. So back to real life. So this life-changing wire we're going to use came off from their glue. The winglets came off from the wood, so the plywood on the winglets came off. So the motor's good, and the ESC's good, and the servos are good. Yes, okay, I'm happy to hear that. Anyway, I did really enjoy the iNav fixed wing group thing last week and the talk about the supply chain situation. I learned some things about like how much it costs to ship and store and what kind of planning goes on to stock stuff and that kind of thing. Okay, so which one is this? This is 28 gauge, so we'll try the 28 gauge first. Let's take a look at the 30 gauge too. One of these is 30 gauge. This one is 30 gauge. Let's take a look at the 30 gauge too. And see what it gives you. They give you heat shrink and zip ties. It's weird, like why? Okay. And look at these tiny little spools. So this was kind of a ripoff probably. Look at how little wire is on there. Okay, let's say I wanted to use white, because that's usually what I use for my signal wires on, here, we'll just go up here. That's usually what I use for my signal wires on the NeoPixel things. So let's see, what's better to use, 30 gauge or 20? Oh, 30 gauge is really skinny. That's probably better for the lights, right? I don't need, maybe 30 gauge is better for the lights because I need, at least for the power wires, or 28 gauge. All right, I'm in indecision here. I'm going to go with the 28 gauge. But these little kits, these are cool. I wish they came with more. I'm going to look for maybe, instead of length 5 feet, maybe 25 feet on each roll. That would be nice. I don't know how much that would cost. So what we're going to do is, I planned out a wiring plan, and where is it? I thought I had it right at the ready. Of course I don't have it right at the ready. So I did a little, you got to plan it out in iNav, which way you're going to wire mode it, or run the wires. So I'm going to start with here and go this way. I'm going to have 6 lights. That's what I'm going to do. What a pain in the butt, right? So we're going to do 6 lights. Who's Gavin on the iNav Live? He is the designer of the... Oh, yeah. He's the designer of the Strix Goblin. So I have one of those on the shelf too. One of these days. I'm waiting until I become a better pilot though. That's a fast plane. I need to learn how to fly fast planes. Okay, I'm going to set up these 2 spools. You got them on, you got that set up then, huh? Same guy. RC Test Flight. I've watched that guy, what's his name, since he was a kid. I mean, he was, you probably have too, but he was a kid when I started watching his channel. He was living in his parents' house with the little white car in their snow-covered driveway in Utah somewhere, I think it was, or Idaho. Yeah, so it's like I watched him grow up. He is so friggin' smart, man. Oh my God. One of my favorite videos of his is him. He's just flying. This is like from 5 or 6 years ago. Like I said, he was a little kid. He's probably maybe even older than that. He's still a kid. And he's like standing out in a snowstorm in his driveway, flying this like foam board plane, home built foam board plane, of course, and in the snow. And the photography's excellent. You know, he does, like, that's his thing, is like he works for, now he's like in a photography company or a movie making something. Anyway, okay, so those are the 3 colors we're going to use. White, red. Oh, we need a different color for the return wire. That will be this purplish color. So, anyway, same here, yeah. God, I love that guy's channel. I mean, he has done some great things. And right now, He's doing the boat in the Seattle harbor and stuff. Oh man, love that. So he's got like ArduPilot. Didn't you say, Robert, that you did ArduPilot? I'll show you a relic. I'm gonna go get it. If I can get it out of here. Yeah, I went and got it. Look at this thing. It's got ArduPilot 2.5.2 or something. There's the, in the middle there, there's like the ArduPilot cloned flight controller and the power module, and made out made out of wood. Oh yeah. People like RC Test Flight. I mean, he's why can't I think of his name right now? He inspired me to just get into this stuff for sure. People like him, definitely. Oh, he did? Oh yeah, that's right. I guess I knew that. That's the one that's the ground effect thing, right? Yeah. Okay. These are the wires. That's what I'm doing here. Sorry. Something to do on a Friday night, right? For us nerds. I'm just talking about myself. So, yeah, we're flying tomorrow. It's very exciting. So maybe I'll get the lights done for tomorrow, even though you can't see them. So the lights are going to go like sticking up right here. And then, what did I say? Oh yeah, I'm going to put them inside of here. So I'm going to put like a red one on the left, flashing red, even though they'll be inside. They'll like light up the foam at night, I'm thinking. So that's my plan. There's going to be a red light on the inside of the VTX side and a green light, flashing green light inside of the receiver side, inside these two cavities. There'll be two little lights right there, two little lights up here. That's 6 lights. So what we're going to do is try to plan out how long a wire you need for each little section. And so like I'm going to start, how is it going to go? The power is going to come from the flight controller. The 3 connectors go out, then, oh, I don't know why I want to need a 4th color. I think I'm just going to use 3 colors. We'll see. All right, I think the thing to do is to start with the connector and go to the first LED. This is why, like, putting lights on adds double the time to my build. I sit and figure it out for 25 minutes. Okay, there's a 3 connector. This will be a good test of this wire and see if it solves my problems and changes my RC plane building life like I said it would. That is nice, Slappy. You like my the quad you're talking about? I'm going to bring that when we go on our flying camping trip and see if I can resurrect it. I have the whole laptop set up with the telemetry and okay, so what we're going to do is we're going to start with black, red, and white. We're going to make little connectors. So we have our crimper. We have our connector doohickeys. Here, we're going to try to... Oh, and also, I tried to improve things by getting an overhead camera. I've installed like a doohickey up here in the ceiling. Way up there. There it is. Anyway, the webcam I put on there doesn't work. And it crashes the whole computer, actually, when I try to get it turned on. You have one on the bottom that strobes sat-like and sat-lock and blue, fail-safe return. So you have like the setup for modes. Okay. I was thinking of adding a 7th light and putting it inside the main hatch here for modes. Should I do that and be really? Yeah, let's do that. I don't know. What time is it? It's only 10 o'clock. Okay, let's go. So we'll start with the connector. We start with the crimpers. We start with the wire strippers. I need the wire strippers, and I need glasses. All the toys, all the tools. So the easier way would probably be to get some kind of strip or something and just strip it, put it on the wing, or I don't know. The flight test planes, you can put the lights inside the wing, easy, but not so much on this plane. Okay, so connectors first, connectors first. Don't lose track of what I'm doing. Okay, so this is 28 gauge, so I'm going to start stripping at 24 gauge and see how that works. And that works just fine. So then we're going to take one of these. I wonder if I can get this camera to like do it on this camera. So now I'm going to have to get another camera for here. Is that number 11? Yeah. Wow. Okay. That's big. All right. We're going to see if this 28 gauge wire can fix the problems with inserting into... Oh, I didn't get my pliers. Okay. So first we're going to pin... Oh man, I got to change glasses too. These are still not high mag enough for my tired old eyes. Okay, we're going to do that. Pinch. And then let's see if it stays on. Everything's different with those smaller wire. And we're going to stick it in there. And put it in a little bit extra. There it is. Now, let's see. The signal wire for the lights goes like... Signal wire on one end, of course. So let's see how easily it goes in there. Oh, yes, see? It's going to change my life. Funny how a little thing like that's going to change my friggin' life. Building these planes and wiring harnesses. No hassle. Perfect. I can't believe it took me this long to get this kind of wire. You have an AR Wing Pro waiting to get built, my second one. Lights should be cool. Is that Jorge? How do you say your name, Jorge? I'm so bad at, because, you know, Americans can't do anything foreign ever. Yeah, I agree. I'm hoping the lights will look cool. I have a habit of putting lights on, like my home-built planes. Another side. I just crashed this one. But I like putting these ring lights around the motor. Oh, I'm on the wrong screen. Change screens. Here we go. I like putting these ring lights around the motor, and then in iNav you can set it to to the ring function. These are the Adafruit 16. So this plane has lights all the way around, and then it has lights buried in the wing, in the leading edge of the wing. Lights are cool. Boy, am I easily distracted. Thank you. I said it just right. Thank you, Jorge. Okay, so here we go to the next connector. So this worked out great. This worked out great. So let's do another one. And again, I'm just taking these wires from this nice little convenient distribution thing. So first we'll figure out how long, which we won't need very long at all because we're going to do one light inside. We're adding a light to our scheme. Well, Jorge, you missed my 14 hours of building the AR wing that sits over here. I'm not the fastest builder, let's put it that way. It takes me forever to do anything. But I did find in this process that doing it on a live stream kind of forces you to keep going. Instead of having it building one part of it and then building the next part the next week and so on and so forth. Am I even in the picture? I'm not even in the picture. Doing it here makes you get stuff done quicker. So, oh, I think I screwed that one up. See, I did. When you get it too close to the, when you get it too much into the connector thing, the crimper, it doesn't go right. So we'll just cut it off. We'll re-strip it. So these connectors are great, and they're a royal pain in the rear. So let's do another one. That's why it takes me 14 hours to build a plane, because I don't know what other people do. Some people, I mean, I guess you could direct solder everything to the, you can't really see what I'm trying to line up here. Oh, I'm rejecting that. I'm going to start over. I'm trying to get it lined up, and I can't. Here, no, I can't do it that way. I can't show you really too well. Oh, another battery's done charging. Oh, I'm just messing this up, folks. Hold on. I'm going to stop talking and see if I can get this in. There, that's a good one. So the ground will be on the outside of the connector, so it should pop right in if everything went right. And click, and it does click. So yay! As hard as that was, it's still easier than it was before I had this thin gauge wire. I know. Oh, thanks. Yeah, well, it is a lot of work, but it's worth it, and I enjoy the work. I like building these planes. That's why part of the reason I'm in this hobby. The building is part of it for me. That's why I'm not like on Steve's point of view on the iNav group as far as simplicity goes. Everything just doesn't have to be simple. Some things in life are worth going through some work to achieve a goal. That's just my thought on the subject. And I am certainly, I mean, I lose my patience too when everything stops going right. You work at something for hours and hours and hours and days and days. Okay, that looks like a good one too. So what we have here is our little NeoPixel connector. If we get this in right. Oh, it's oh yeah, it went right in. Okay, there we go. That's our little connector. We still haven't cut off the wires yet because we got to figure out how long we need. So now I'm going to go and decide where we're going to put. Here's our little oops, I think I just dropped something. So our little connector is right, where's the LED? Is it before? Yeah, it's before the beeper, of course. So it goes right like there. Right? We're not going to plug it all the way in. We're just going to stick it in there. Well, might as well see if we can plug it in. Okay. So then we're going to go just to right, I don't think you can see, but I'm going to just go right in the corner right there. So all we need is that much. So then we're going to cut that off right like that. Then we're going to pull this back out of here. Move that out of the way, and we're going to start actually soldering up our wires finally after 20 minutes of farting around. Excuse me. Okay. So there we go. So this little light here is our little NeoPixel. Where am I? I'm going to try to get... I have to change glasses just to see where the camera's pointing. Okay. Get things in the middle here. That's where we'll be working. Right there. So these little things are marked with the directional arrow. So we're going to follow the arrow from the flight controller and out towards, the arrows pointing towards more lights and away from the flight controller. So that means we're going to start our soldering on this side. And so we're going to start by tinning all these pads. We're going to tin all 6 pads on here. It's a Maytech F411 WSE. And what sucks about that flight controller, I can tell you what's great about it. There's many things I really like about it, but what sucks about it is it's short UARTs. It's only got 2 full UARTs, real UARTs. Oh, you see that? I bridged that, so we got to fix that. We'll fix it in a second here. It's only got 2 UARTs, and so that leaves you screwed for iNav radar, which I didn't realize until I had like 10 of those flight controllers and 4 iNav radar units. So what I'm going to get for future wings is something much more expensive than that flight controller, which would be like a 765 or 743 or whatever they are. Okay, we're going to turn this way because I'm a left-handed person. And then we're going to do a little twisting of the wires here. Should always twist up the wires. Yeah, it is a good flight controller. And like I said, it's got lots of, there are two things that I don't like about it. And then everything else I love about it. And the two things I don't like about it, well, one is the shortness of UARTs. And the other thing, so we ended up, and it doesn't matter because I left us a little extra, but there's our little twisted wire. Doesn't look the greatest, but the other thing is the way that the motor signal connectors from the ESC are connected to the flight controller. And in fact, I can even show you guys what I'm talking about. Because why not? Maybe not. Yeah, here's one. Here's a brand new one, not even opened yet. Let's open it. I'll specify the exact other thing that I don't like about it. This one is marked 9/21, so I bought it in September. It must have been on sale, and it's now like almost $50 for this. Okay, let me open it, and I'll show you what I'm talking about. Come on, come on, come on. Oh, I have to unscrew it. Darn it. I forgot about that. Okay, well, next to the, way in there is where there's a tiny little circle pad, way in that little tiny spot. That's the, what side? That's the battery side. No, that's the battery side. That's the ESC's. There's two little pads inside there, past the ESC power minus pad, or the negative pads. There's S1 and S2. Oh, iNav radar. Here we go on another tangent. I'll show you what iNav radar is. It's this. I have the modules in the same little container as this flight controller here. Here, we're putting this away. This is the latest version of the WSE, but it's still short. It's still short, the UARTs. iNav radar is attaching these. I'm going to go up a little bit. It is attaching these radar ESP32. They're little modules. They're like Arduino modules, but more advanced. God, everything is going to be just hard to get out today. Okay, here it is. There it is. So this little guy, you flash iNav radar firmware onto this, and then you connect this to your flight controller via a UART. And you make some changes to the OSD settings. And your other people that you're flying with also do this on their plane. And then these things will automatically, this has a radio. There's a little antenna in here. Here it is. This is a 433 megahertz radio for my, this is what works for my system. That's what I'm going to use. And this will talk to the other planes in the sky, also equipped with iNav radar, and show you on your OSD which direction they are and how far away they are. Approximately, of course. But it sounds to me like so awesome. So I've bought 4 of these things to equip 4 planes. I'd equip one or two of my planes, and then one plane for Andy and one plane for Kevin at least. And I think Andy already has some. So that's what iNav radar is. It's been around for a while, I think, but I'm just getting into it. So I'm excited, but you can't use that flight controller with iNav radar because it's not going to work. There's not enough UARTs. So, okay, back to our lights. See how easy it is to distract me? Okay, we're going to be connecting to this side. So I'm going to try to get the camera situated and strip our little, I wonder if I can just do it with my fingernails. Yes, I can, because it's silicone wire. Okay, so now what we're going to do is look very closely and make sure I know which pins are which. We have plus, data, and minus. So plus, data, and minus. So that means that we will be doing the red to positive. So let me get these tinned up. I might have to take the dogs out at some point, because this is not the super short stream I promised I would be doing. Oh, and I have a fan. Another improvement. A quiet, relatively quiet fan. And I equipped my bench power supply with a Noctura fan. Another improvement to the Dank RC studio this week. Very exciting. Okay. Are we still on? I think so. Okay, so I said white in the middle. Let's do that one first. Matt Ogburn used to do like streams where he would just do a Saturday workshop ramble kind of thing. That's what this is. Not as exciting as his, because he's a more interesting character. Oh, see what a shitty... Did you see that, folks? That was shitty soldering right there. That was... I hope I'm not getting my head in the way. I guess I'm not. Okay, now I moved it too quick. That's why. Could be better, but it's not life or death. It's just a light. I'm going to cut the little end off of here. There. I should clean my tip too. Okay, that's all we need. It's not that hard. Okay, so that is the first light. Then we won't need this anymore. We won't need the connector stuff anymore. Okay. Thanks. Thanks, Jorge. I appreciate it. Okay, well, even if I give up smart audio, I still don't really have an extra UART. Because the way that I think maybe there's a way to get another full soft serial UART, a receive and transmit, but you're really only gaining yourself one side of that. You're really only gaining yourself one side of that UART with this by giving up smart audio, I think. But I tell you why I like smart audio is because just you set up iNav, you tell it what channel you're going to be on. I have all my ships and all my quads and everything is on the same channel. I forgot to put this on its stand. I'm bending my antenna down here. And then you fire up the machine and your VTX, no matter what channel it was on when it comes new or whatever, it changes to the right channel and, you know, you're in business. You have two soft serial UARTs. Hello from Nebraska. Hi, Carrie. I'm in Kansas, so not far away. Just to your south. Okay, so Robert, you're going to have to tell me about this sometime because you've clued me in on so many things. How would I get a full UART? I have S-Bus and I have GPS, right? So I have S-Bus and GPS. Those are my two UARTs. Gone. The smart audio is on one of the soft serial pins, ST1, marked on the board. So yeah, that's pretty long range. I would be pretty much in awe of that if you managed to find your way down here to Manhattan, Kansas. That would be cool. We would need some like satellite, like Starlink interface or something like that, or something. Okay, here we go. I'm going to measure. Okay, so this is the first light. Here, it doesn't matter. You guys can't see. And then we're just going to go a little ways. Oh, no, we're going to go all the way to the front and then go back. Did I screw this up? No, I can just keep going that way. So I'll just go to the front. So we need another one of these. These come in these little 10 packs, and you just break them like that. So we're going to tin up this one. I think what I'm going to do is make the next two right here, because they're only like this far apart. That's how far apart they're going to be. So I don't need to measure too much for that. Alberta. What's the weather like up there today, Robert? Tomorrow here it's going to be a perfect flying day, I hope. I don't even know. Are we in camera? Are we in view? I think so. I'm going to try to tin these. I did a bridge again. We'll fix that. Fix that. There we go. And then, oh, I should have tinned both of these. I'll tin that one too. Ow! I just burnt myself. Yes, these are actually pretty easy to work with, especially if you have a little decent wiring like I finally got. I wish I didn't have to buy it from Amazon. I wish I could find it somewhere else. Dealers out there, but you can't. I couldn't. I tried. Okay, so now this one is going to be the front light. Let's plan this out. So it's going to be coming from the flight controller to the front light, and then back out to the back light. So what we're going to do is have some of this wire and tin it. I should do all three at the same time, shouldn't I? Yes, I should. 21 today. 21 Fahrenheit. Oh, I was going to say 21. That's pretty warm. Oh, man. I thought it was cold here and it was in the 40s or something. And I was bummed. Actually, if I have the right clothes on, it's okay. But I tend to shiver my ass off in the difficult. But I still go flying all winter long. I'm going to be flying. Okay, so this is coming from, this is going to be coming from the first, oop, I got it, from the first light. That's what these wires are, from the first light. So then we'll stick it in there and measure it and pull it back out. That's going to take forever, but that's what we're going to do. And I should clean off my tip so it's not such a mess. Oh, my fingers are shaky. There we go. One more little guy. I am so glad I bought these wires. I am so glad. I wish I had these wires when I did Kevin's plane. That would have saved me at least a couple hours of fiddling with connectors. Hi, thank you, Flight Lieutenant. Cheers from Australia. Right on. So it's like tomorrow. Way into tomorrow already there. It's only 10:30 on Friday here. So we're like in the past. I want to get down there sometime in my life. Australia and New Zealand. So they got summer. You should be jealous, Robert. They got summertime in Australia now. Or, well, springtime, I should say. It's springtime. Okay. So, here we go. Where's our wiring harness? I've already lost it. It's in the plane. It's in the plane, Okay, so let's... I do not want to mess up my hatch with the soldering iron. So, okay. So what we're going to do now is decide how long it's going to take to get from up here, because my little light is going to go like, where am I going to put it? Right in there. So it's got to go around into there. So we're going to cut it about there. I'm going to give it a little extra because I'm going to twist it up some. So then I can take this out and switch it over here. Okay. Here we go. Here's our little other piece. So this little piece, we're going to take these wires, and once again, we're going to twist them up. And let's just double check that I've got plus, minus, I'm going to try twisting these up. And even though these are silicone, and they're not plasticky, and they don't really, they do feel really nice, but they still twist up nice too. Especially if you twist kind of hard like that. Yeah. Is it really close up? Oh yeah, it is. Oh. I'm just thinking that this is such a crappy camera that if I don't go close up, you can't see anything. Okay. This is where I want to have the overhead camera that I can zoom in and out. But I don't really have such fancy things right now. Okay, so now that we've twisted it, we'll even out the wires again. And then we'll strip them. And since I haven't cut my fingernails yet in the past few days, we can just use my fingernails. Like that. And then we're going to tin. So, no flying weather up in Alberta, Robert? Oh, I'm going to fix that. I'm going to fix this a little bit. These don't look good. Even though they're just for lights. Clean the tip. AC, clean the tip. Okay, here we go. Ouch, that was hot. Put the white one in the middle first. Clip off the end a little bit. A little bit too long. That one's a little bit frayed, but it's okay. You fly all year long. Trick to twist it is to do it before you solder and grab both ends and just twist. I'll try that. Okay, I can't seem to get my shit together. Here we go. And I didn't clean the tip either. But it still worked out okay. But now we're going to clean the tip. And I'm getting it all untwisted. Okay. One more time. Oh, two more times. There we go. But I don't know, maybe I got a little bit of bridge right there. Let's see. No bridging. Okay, so there's our first two lights. I'm going to try to, and then, let's see how far we have to go back, and then we'll stick it in there and see if we're doing okay. Then we just have to go back like another inch. So that far back. So we're going to go to this one, and it's only got to be not very far at all. So we're going to just cut some short little wires here. I could like zoom out a little bit. I don't know. That's as far as I can get away from it right now. Okay, so we'll do these. I should have like taken measurements so I could make, I'm going to wire the lights on the other one different. I'm going to put a ring light around the motor on the other one. I'm going to 3D print it. I'm going to design and 3D print a ring light holder for the back of it. This one was the quick build, and then I'm going to do one where I do some more like long-term planning. I'm also going to do a pan camera on that one. So that pan camera is going to go where the DJI spot is on the canopy. So I'm going to make a design and print a insert that goes in there that holds the pan servo, and I'm going to do the bonafidepirate mod on my JX 180 degree. So I bought the same servos as in his video from like 2 years ago. Okay, so these are just going to go back this same way. So I'm going to go like plus this way. I'm going to carry it back this way. And the white one. The next project, I think, should not be in the AR wing, but should be the refinishing of the Ranger 2000. Because that has the RunCam hybrid 4K on it, on the bonafidepirate design pan tilt mechanism, which is a very nice little pan tilt mechanism. Yes, you do have that, and I think you sent it to me. Or no, what did you send me? I think you sent me something that I got. I don't know. I don't think it had a like a pan. Okay, so I'm just going to cut this. Twist it like that. I'm going to cut it like that. And we're going to do the next one. So this is out to the in box. So now we're going to go this way in. Yeah, you sent me that on Thingiverse. I'm pretty sure you did. Is that the one? Wait, do you have one of your own, or is that the one from Bluefish that you sent? Didn't you send me the link to the Bluefish one? Anyway, whatever you did, you got me to his designs. Somehow I got to Bluefish's designs, and I found his session mount, and I was very happy for that. I was very happy that, you know what I like about the session mount, which is right here, off camera here, is really nice. If he did that design himself, I gotta compliment him, because it's really well done. The curves they match the top, the front curvature perfectly. The Ranger, lol. I know. I crashed the shit out of that thing. And you know what it is? It's because I didn't have this wire. This is why I had two different... One crash was because of the stupid canopy design and my inability to make sure that the canopy was on. But helped out by the stupid canopy design. But oh boy, did I do a shitty job there. The second thing, though, the second two problems I had with the Ranger were both because I didn't have this nice wire and my connectors weren't positively engaged. That's what it was. It turned out both times. My NTSB investigation into both crashes turned out to be connector failure. Yeah, he's good. I like him. I watch all his videos, and I like him. I like his... He's a very mellow dude. He's like the opposite of Matt Ogburn, right? His flying style... Oh, look at that shitty soldering. His flying style is the opposite of Matt Ogburn, too. Okay, we're going to wrap this one around a couple times, or at least once. Doink! Like so. And then, well, it's pretty shitty tinning job there, but I should be able to fix it. Okay, there we go. Now, we must move on to... Now, first, before I get too far, I'm going to see how this fits in the plane. See if I haven't made any mistakes yet in my plan. So I'll move this over here. And we'll get the camera up here a little bit. Okay. So the idea is that the plug goes right here. Then the first, it's all got to get through here. This is the part. Oh, should we go through there? It won't be as clean. Can I get it all through there? At least for now, we're going to run it through here. So the first, oh yeah, we want it through there anyway, because the first light's going to go right like that. The wires will go back this way. The first light's going to go right there. Then the second light is going to go right up here in the front. And how's it going to get attached? Hot glue, of course, hot glue. Then the third light is going to go right there. Somewhere. Maybe right on top of the VTX. Then we'll go, okay, so now is the point where we measure to the back. We get our wire, get our 3 pieces of wire, and we're going to go right to the back. And the back, so we're going to go through, back in, oh dear, we're going to have to come back. Is that going to work? Yeah, that'll work. Now, at some point, I'm going to have to make a connector or something. Shit. Yeah, blue tack is very handy. This is, I can show you what it looks like in the packaging. I have extra stuff because it's so handy. This is what it comes in. This is how it looks. It comes in this like bars. That's the stuff I use. Okay, now I'm having a brain fart. Am I going to be able to do this? Back that way, then back that way, then up there? Am I going to be able to fish all that through in one wire? No. I don't think so. I think what I should do is work my way back from the front and then have a connector in there. Back in here. That's going to mess up my build, my cleanliness of my build. So we'll do a front like this, same length as this one. We'll pull this back out. Okay, pull that out. So now, let's see. Let's move this back out of the way again. This is where I have a hard time thinking. This is where I have a hard time sorting things out. So I'm going to have to work my way back. So what I'm going to do from the right side. This is the left side. From the flight controller up to the left front. Then I think I'm going to do a string that goes this way and then have a connector here. I think that's how we're going to do it. Yeah, Carrie, it comes in real handy for holding wires, especially if you're as uncoordinated as I am. Okay, sorry, I'm thirsty. Chips are making me thirsty. Okay, what did I do with the rest of my lights? They're gone. Oh dear. That's going to be a problem. I have more somewhere. But that's just stupid. I'm sure they'll turn up. And until then, I got to just get the rest. Oh, there they are right there. Okay. Back to close-upville, I guess, huh? Or we'll just keep this view for a while. This has like close-up view in the corner. How about that? I don't know. Am I using iNav on the flight controller? Yes, I am using iNav. This has iNav 3.02. And this will be my first plane with 3.02. So my other planes back there have various versions of iNav, basically whatever was around when I got it started. 2.2.1 is on the plane that I fly the most, the FT Arrow, the plane that I have flown the most, and also crashed the crap out of last 2 weeks ago. Okay, so this is going to be the front right. The front right. And so it's going to be not... So how's it going to be going? It's going just in. Nothing's going out of this one. This will be the last one. So I'm just going to tin these 3 wires, 3 pads. That way that'll help me remember what the hell I'm doing. Yeah. Okay. So now we're going to just do it like this, same as that. So we just need short little pieces of wire. Short little pieces. 1, 2, 3. Should have measured all the other ones that I did. If I would have been scientific about it. Not like I'm going to build more than one of these, though. Excuse me. Okay. I have terrible allergies this time of year, unfortunately. Yeah, big glue bottles. Glue for my brain. Okay. How long does it take to wire up some lights? This is why Steve wants everything to be pre-made, because this takes forever. But that just makes it all the more valuable in my book. I don't know. I've said that already, haven't I? Oh, my tip looks terrible. You can't solder with a tip looking like that. Ouch. That's better. Minus. That's better. Yeah, we'll go for a close-up. That's better. Okay. That's better 3 times in a row. Okay. Now we do to the next one. So that one is going out the outdoor of the next one. So this one's going to get all 6 pads tinned. Whoa, look at that. I tinned a pad that I didn't even intend on tinning. Oh, that one's no good. Oh, bridged it. Oh. Look at what a mess I'm making. What's going on over here? Yeah, I really like iNav myself. I mean, I think it's simpler to set up than, speaking of Steve and wanting simplicity, it's simpler than Arju Plane. And it's got a different like methodology. So this is coming out the out. Let's look at this again. How did this work? That was the middle one. But this is different. This one is different. This is out. Sorry, I'm thinking out loud. So out, it's going to go on this side. That's the end. Okay, we got this. We'll get the brain going here. What am I doing here? Oh, tinning. I'm tinning. That's what I'm doing. I am going to try Arju Plane again, though. Now that you can... Before, it was like after I found out that they weren't going to... that my 8-bit RGplane flight controllers weren't going to be supported in the future. Shocking, I know. This is the outdoor. The outdoor goes to this one. What was I going to say? Then the flight controllers are really expensive. The real, what are 3DR flight controllers or whatever brand they were. And I wasn't just can't afford all that. Not when you can buy like iNav for 40. Well, back in the day, those WSEs were only $35. Now they're not so cheap anymore, but the RGplane stuff was going to be hundreds of dollars for the flight controller, $400. But now you can do it on Maytech hardware, which is awesome. So I want to get back into that, and I have a whole bunch of, I have like 5 sets of the 3DR 915 megahertz radios, but that kind of bums me out that they're 915 because I was going to use like R9. So I probably have to get some like 433 megahertz telemetry radios. But I have a laptop for the ground. I have like a whole ground station like briefcase thing that you just open up. You plug in a 3S battery and it will power the I don't like that one. That's too sloppy. Come on, let's start that one over. It will power the laptop, and it has a DVR built into it and stuff. Anyway, $405 for RGplane. Yeah, that's what's cool. You can do it on that hardware now, and you still get the full shebang of all this stuff. Okay, so now we're going to look at our plan here. So this is this front one. So now we're going out. We're going to go from there, out of that hole, back into that hole, to a different routing hole right there, and then back to there. So we're going to need about this much wire. I wonder if I'll run out of wire for this on the first plane. I better buy some more of this life-changing wire. It's changed my life, and then I'll run out on the first plane. That would be brilliant. Okay, I just lost my measurement. That's how smart I am. Let's try that again, shall we? Okay, from there to there, about that much. Okay. That would suck if I ran out on the very first plane. It's only 10 feet per roll. I'm definitely going to buy more. Next paycheck. No more on this paycheck. But anyway, okay, what am I doing? Here we go. I know. Those first Pixhawk ones were huge. They still are, the ones with the cube. The cube part isn't that big, but the bottom part's pretty big. I guess it's not. I guess it's about the same size as an F765, right? Okay, so here we go. We're going to go back. So we're working our way backwards. That's the end. See, that's why I didn't solder those, to remind me which way we were going. Working our way backwards. that one. It's only 11 o'clock. Look, I'm really not taking excruciating. I thought it would be past midnight already. That's good. Past midnight Central Time, USA time, since I had people here from Australia. Where it's probably almost exactly the opposite side of the world from where I am. Which is kind of cool to think about. Tinning some wires. Okay, so that was a little too much. There we go. Alright, all we have to do is stick these on here. We're almost, like, we're halfway done, I think. Twice the size of a 765. Twice the size. See, I haven't had one in my hand. Just goes to show you, I just looked at pictures of it. Well, there you go. It's going to be Maytech hardware for me all the way. I remember, I'm so old that I remember when Maytech made shitty hardware. But something happened somewhere in their corporate life. And they changed their ways. Maybe not everything is good that they make, but when they came out with the first wing flight controller, my life, I remember that day. It was like, I remember what I was doing. I think it was the F405. Why can't I get a good solder joint on this positive pin? There. Oh, and then I moved it. Jesus. There we go. I finally got it. But when they came out with when iNav started to gain traction and they came out with the iNav capable flight controller, I was very excited. APM. Yes, that's what my things are. Clone APM clones. I have 2 of them that came with the whole, in the box came with the whole. In fact, I think my mom might have bought it for me for Christmas or something. They came with the GPS and the power module and the flight controller. Okay. Now we're going to work our way back. And we're going to run this cable. I'm going to twist it all the way up. And are they really that uneven? Oh, I haven't gotten to the end yet. Okay. Okay. I did a shitty job there. Varnish on the pads. Oh, why they keep popping off? Yeah. And I got my flux pen right here. You know, you might be right there. There's a little bit of, definitely on one of those. We'll flux it up next time. Then I gotta remember to clean it too. I gotta remember to clean this stuff with alcohol. I've been doing that. All right, let's see. How far do we gotta go here? Let's actually lay it in there and see how it goes. We're going to go back through this hole this time. Try to keep it as clean as possible. Come on, you can get through there. Oh, come on. You can do it. I can see lots of room for you. Pliers. There we go. Now you come along too. There you go. Okay, so this will be number 7 light. Number 7 light's going to go right there somewhere like that. Then number 6. Then this is going to go through that hole and right out to there. So we got to cut it off right there. We just wasted a little bit. We'll just, yeah, we won't even cut it off. No, we won't even cut it off. Okay, come back out. This is going to work out good, I think. I hope we get to the point where we actually program the lights in iNav. Maybe I should do that first. Take a break from this. Okay, we're going to just cut off. The ends are pretty even here, aren't they? Almost even. I do like this wire. Whatever it is. Brands that I've never heard of. This is why companies like Radio Shack didn't survive. You couldn't buy quality stuff from them. You could only buy crap. So once you reach a certain level in your electronics abilities, which mine isn't that great, but even I reached a level where Radio Shack was just like, you've got nothing here for me. And I'm a noob. Oh, thank you. I try to keep it real. I'm not into BS. Let's keep it real. Let's tell it like it is. That's what I was saying about like Drone Camps RC. I mean, he makes, I know he's got a lot of subscribers and he makes a lot of videos, and but he was like totally ignoring some of the things about even like an AR Wing Pro, which we, you know, we like this plane. We love this plane so far, but that doesn't mean you can't talk about its, you know, shortcomings. Everything has shortcomings. Nothing's perfect. But I don't want to like complain about things that are just for complaining. Okay, remember, we're going which way? Backwards. So this is coming from the back. We're going backwards. Gotta go that way. So these NeoPixels are directional. If I keep saying which way am I going, out the front door, the back door, that's what I'm talking about. There's like an in and an out. Not for the power, of course, but for the data line. I'm just doing the power because it's in the same direction because it's convenient. NeoPixels are fun. I have another quad, like that wood quad that I brought out here. I have another earlier. I have another quad that is also made of wood, but it has lights. Oh. It has lights like all over it, and it's got a separate Arduino in it just to control the lights. So I programmed the Arduino to control the lights, and that is just switched on with the switch from the transmitter. Okay, so now we're going to go just to there. So we're just going around the little area. We probably want to take this off. Can't take it all the way off because the GPS is still plugged in, but we're just going to go right under the ESC. So we just need, this is the last light. Yes, it is. From this light, we will go to a connector, I believe. Or we'll see if I can string the whole thing through. I don't think I can. Or want to. Okay, so we're going to measure out about that much wire. Let's make sure it's even. Pretty close to even. Gonna run out of my favorite drink soon. Yeah, everything is the best till the next one comes along. Yeah, Jorge, you're right. That's okay. Yeah, that's unfortunate, you know. I like the way he puts together some of his videos with the cinematography and the music, the video editing. I mean, as someone who tries to edit videos from time to time, never succeeds really very well, but tries. I can understand how much work goes into it. But, you know, it's still okay to criticize something. And I think he skips some of the important details. And another thing that I don't like that he does is his flight videos for reviews are often stabilized video. So, like, if you have a GoPro or something and you're going to, I mean, yeah, that contributes to the cinematography that I was just talking about that's nice. But at the same time, stabilized video doesn't give you an indication as to how the vehicle that we're talking about, whatever it is that he's reviewing or whatever, is how it flies, right? Because you can't tell from stabilized video. So there's my rant for Drone Camps RC, but that's okay. He's doing interesting stuff sometimes still. Okay, so this is again going in. Okay, into the indoor. Because we're working our way back. This is light number 7, right? 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Yes, this is light number 7 that we're wiring. Well, no, it's not light number 7, but it's the 7th light, which will actually be number 6 in iNav. Okay, where are we? What camera am I on? What am I doing? Here, we'll switch. Switch to some close-up for a minute. Okay, this is where, yeah, and I didn't use the flux pen. And I'm not doing a very good job here. So I'm letting my fingers get burnt. There, we're bridging it. There we go. These ones are a little too long where I stripped them. And the soldering tip. Soldering. I'm going to learn how to solder. Say the word solder someday. Oh, I got a text. I wonder if that's from Andy or Kevin. Who else is going to text me? It's not like I have a vastly spectacular, crazy social life or something. And my girlfriend's right here in the house. So we're going to this camera here. Sorry, folks. We're going off camera. One is good. Okay, we are flying. Andy has laid down the law. We're flying at 1 o'clock. So tomorrow, the winds are forecast for to be very light at 1 p.m. Should be about 15, 16 degrees Celsius, and I don't know what the winds are. 4 knots. If we're doing aviation, 4 knots. Okay. Now we are back to here. Oh, we're back to here. I haven't paid attention to what camera we're on. Hey, have a great night, Jorge. Have a great night. It was nice. Thanks for joining the stream. Okay. We're going to have a great night because we're pretty close to finish. And I don't think I'm going to be doing... Oh, the one other thing I'm going to do to the AR Wing Pro here is... Which I wish they had a different name for it. I did agree with that part of the iNav live stream when they were talking about the name. I don't know if that was last week or not. It's like, come on. It's a different plane than the AR Wing. It's a different kind of plane, too. I agreed with that wholeheartedly, that part of the conversation. Okay. That is bad. Get that big blob off of there. There we go. Excuse me. Okay, so here we go. Actually, for this one, I'm going to remember the flux pen. There we go. Okay, and then we're going to tin. Wow, look at that. Tin 2 pads at the same time. Okay. All right, so where are we? This is the last one. We're working our way backwards. So we're going out. This is going out. And we're going to trim off the ends of these a little tiny bit. A Pro wing. A Pro. Something different. It's like the Goblin. How many planes are going to be called the Goblin? There's a flight test plane called the Goblin too. It's like goblins, goblins, goblins. And I have a Goblin. Which one is it? I have the Goblin from Ready Made RC. Okay, let's do some decent. No, that's not decent. Gotta hold it down till it actually works. And then, no, let's start over. Okay. If I don't watch what I'm doing, I don't do very well. I should need to watch what I'm doing. A little bit better. Okay. It's getting so hot that I can't touch it. Ah! Oh dear. Hot, hot, hot. Whew. That's one thing about this thin gauge wire, it gets hot quick. Okay, so now we're basically at the point where we are going to put on the wire that goes to the connector. So this is going to be like here. It's going to be underneath there. Those two are going to be like that. Oh, I made a mistake. I made a mistake with this wire here. And the mistake is I don't want them to go out opposite ends. I want it to go out the same way. So what I'm going to do is I want it to go out this way. I'm going to just take them off. I'm going to take them off. I'm lefty, so I got to do the left side. Take them off. Take that one off. Take that one off. Take that one off. And then we're going to do it this way. Easy fix, folks. Easy fix. Solder and blow it. That's, yeah. I did, one time I blew a blob like onto my fingertip, and then, oh my God, that was like one of the most horrid things that ever happened to me. It's blowing it on my fingertip. Oh my God. Oh, just thinking about it gives me the it's just a traumatic experience in my life. So that's probably why I don't do that. Even though I know it's 99% of the time it's fine. Okay. And it's kind of like a guitar player. Like if I start doing it enough, I get nice calluses on my hand, like if I was a musician or something. But then I don't build for a while, and then the calluses go away. And every time I build a flight test plane, oh, this is just a mess here. Clean off my tip. Every time I build a flight test plane, I definitely burn myself with hot glue. Okay, that's better. Now, Yeah. Okay. That's better. So now the way it's going to work is this is the end of the run. That goes in there. Comes out. That goes like that. That goes like that. So now the other last wire, the last, second to last bit of wire that we have to solder. And I'm going to have to take a break and go to the little boy's room here in a minute. And I have to deal with my charger. Okay, so we're going to cut that much off. Maybe we should have the connector back in there. But we're going to see in a minute. I'm going to take a break right now. So, stick around if you want. I'm just going to be gone for 5 minutes or less. 5 minutes or less. We'll see what flight number standby 3 does. 5 minutes or less. Love flying that plane. Love flying that plane. Okay, we are getting close to the end, and that's good because I have got to walk the dogs pretty soon. It's getting late. So, here we are. Let's not lose track. This is the starting side. Let's not lose track. Okay, so this is the ending side. So basically we're going to come out from here the same direction with the wires. That's number 11. There we go. We're going to come out from here the same direction from the wires, and we are going to go to a connector. So let's just, I'm going to put, by the way, what we're doing here is we're just taking forever, because that's how I do things. We are putting in the NeoPixel lights, basically the last real task of putting this plane together. So I am going to start the routing of this just so I know where things are going to go. So we're going here, and we're going, this is the front light, and then light number. So we got the first light, which is the inside light. This will be our mode light. Thank you, Robert. I'm going to follow your lead on that one and have a mode light. I always leave that one out. Okay, so we've got the lights plugged in. So they're going to go. Then this wire, what I have to solder onto this one is the connector that's going to come back out there and go in there. So we'll make this one a positive connector. Oh no, we'll make it like a, we'll make it a, okay, let's see if I can be able to make one the right way. I have all these doohickeys, but I don't have the kind that are the receiver kind. So we're just going to have to do with what we have. We're going to have 2 3-pins like this. Two 3-pins. That's a 4-pin. Oh, there's a thing you can use the 3-pin wind connectors for without bonding the grounds, and that is NeoPixels. Only if you don't have a return wire, though. Okay, so we have 2 of those. Then we're going to use 3 of these. These are the male ones. And 3 of the female ones, which are, I seem to have lost those. Those are right here. So we have to make 6 more crimp connectors. 6 more crimp connections and 6 more solder connections. So even though we're like almost done, we really have quite many more connections to go. So we're just going to go how are we going to do this? We're going to do just a short little run to the connector. We'll hide the connector by the ESC. So we just need a short little run like that. Not even that long. We'll just go right like that. Very short. This one will come off of there. 1, 2, 3. Yeah, 7-pin would have changed everything. I agree. I agree. So if I were to ever meet Painless 360 in real life, like at a pub or something in England where he lives, I would be asking him, like, what was exactly his level of input on the design, and was like, what kind of detail did he, like, what kind of detail could he make with his suggestions? Lee, that's his name. Painless 360 is Lee. Still can't think of RC Test Flight. I'm sure you said his name in the chat maybe, and I just let it go by me, but I can't remember his name. Here I'm saying I watched him grow up, and I can't remember his name. So now I'm stripping the other ends that I didn't tin. And then these are going to go into here. So now it's time to do the connectors again. So we got the crimper out. We're going to change into my super high mag glasses. And we're going to take the non-tinned end and do our job here. Give it a little pinch. And we'll try to get this in there right. There we go. Look at that. Let's see how that's going to go. Right? Yep. Okay, those will go in. Okay. Then we will do the non-tinned end of the black one. That's pretty far in. It's too far in. There we go. I think I got that one just right. That's how they're supposed to look. I think. Maybe I don't know what I'm talking about. After all, it's not like somebody taught me how to do this. I just trial and error of ruining like 100 of these connectors first. Okay, there's 3. So now we can solder them on. And I can change back to my not so seriously high mag glasses. Okay, so we're going to come back this way with it. Boy, those two almost look like they're touching. Let me take a closer look at this here. Let me just see if we can clean this up a little bit. You know what? Never mind. I don't need to clean it up. It's fine. All we need to do is finish the job. finish the job. Ouch, hot. I could be using pliers, I suppose. Ouch, hot. Ouch, hot. Oh, hot. Hot, hot. Okay. That one doesn't the prettiest, but that's okay. We'll just do this. Cut it off like that. There we go. Okay, so now we can take this, do our little twisty to it. Maybe we won't be able to get these to twist up because they're too short. Oh, and then I twisted the wrong way. Go ahead and twist it the opposite way you've just been twisting it. See how that works out for you. Like that. Okay, that'll be all right. It looks a little funky, but we're gonna. So now we're gonna put it in our connector. So we have ground at one end. Ouch. Let's see if we can pull it through. It's a little wonky. There we go. This is the type of connection that I made that killed my Ranger 2000. Okay, and then we're going to do the white pin at the other end. This way. We'll pull it through again since we have that. There we go. And then we'll do one more twist around. And we'll do this. All right, we'll get it in there straight. Looks a little wonky, but oh, it's not going in all the way because I don't have it. Yes, I do. It's because I got it all twisted up back here. Come on, there we go. Well, it didn't turn out exactly like I wanted, but there we go. There is our finished side. So we can go ahead and put this side in. So the way it's going to go is this is this end. It's going to go in there. That one's going to go in there too. That one's going to stick out here somewhere. We're going to put it in a minute here. Okay, then this end, all this business goes in there. And I want to be on which side of the GPS here? Let's not get us. Let's go underneath the GPS wire. All you things get pulled through there. There, just like that. Then this one, all this goes underneath there. Like that. Oop. One too many. That one's going to go like there. And that one's going to go like there. That's going to be perfect. Then the connection will be right there. I'm going to dig a little hole for these guys back here. That'll have to be on the next live stream probably, because so then this one, we're here. So coming off of this one, let's make sure I get this right. Yes, coming off of this one goes to the connector. So now that's the last bit we have to measure. So that's going to be in there. And we're going to go all the way out from there, then across, then into here. We'll get a little extra. So we're going to go out from that one, out and down into there, and into there. So let's cut it off about right there. Cut that off. And yay, we still have wire left. So now we're going to take this one, go back to our favorite close-up dirty fingernails view, and we're almost done with this part, folks. And then what time is it? 11:54. I'm supposed to try to be done by midnight. I was hoping to do the programming part. Okay, so this is going to be going back the same way, right? Let me think about this a little bit more. That's the front, that's the back. So it's just going to be going out. Out. Out the same direction. Okay. Out that way. No problemo. Okay. Almost done. Almost done. We do a few more. So we're going to put the connectors on first. Which means I should change to my super high mag glasses. And get that just right. You really have to get it in there just right. I ain't kidding when you say just right. Just right is just right. If you're a 0.5 millimeter off, you will not have a good connection. Okay. Probably did that one off camera. My apologies. 2 down, 1 to go. Home stretch. This is right. Home stretch. Takes work. Takes a little work. Work is good. Work is good for your soul, depending on the work, of course. And depending on how long you have to do it. Depending on many other factors. Okay. Oh, that's a nice one. All right, so now we can solder the other end on, which means we will strip, tin, solder. I don't need to have these crazy glasses on anymore. Did you say you know the Bluefish UK guy, Robert? Like know him, like communicate with him or something in real life or Skype or something? I know he's not in Alberta, he's in UK, thus the name Bluefish UK. But anyway, I was wondering if he's like how he designed that session mount, what program he used. And if he'd share the original file with me so I could alter it. I guess I'll have to just get up the guts to ask him. And he'll say, dude, that's a whole lot of work. No. I'm just kidding, I don't know. I do not know. Okay. Hot. White. Not personally. Yeah. I like his channel. He went and saw Mark Hoffman in Germany, where there's lots of Germans. Let's see here. Oh, that one actually looks good. 3 good solder connections. Okay, is that the last soldering? I believe it is. I believe it is. We're just going to twist these up now in my horrible fashion. I'm really doing a shitty job twisting them up, though. Let's do it the right way. Well, my right way, which is probably not, it's actually not working out so well. Getting to the end, though. We're getting there. We're just going to do this, and then we'll be able to plug it into iNav real quick and plot out the lights. So I say real quick. Okay, so we have white on one end. Nice click there. We have ground at the other end, so we have red in the middle. I am so glad I got this smaller wire. It makes that click that I would never get with the bigger wire. That positive sensation of security. See, when it doesn't click, like that one, oh, there it went. Nope, it didn't click. That's what killed my Ranger. Not making sure my connectors were clicked. Okay, they are in. Of course, lights don't matter for flight characteristics. Unless your lights are ruining your flight characteristics, then they do matter. So let's see. We don't have to get all this so perfectly in there. All we have to do is change our view and start like I started. So this is going to go not that way. What did I do wrong here? Oh, duh. That's what I did wrong. This is the beginning. This is number 1. Okay, so we're going to put this in. At least stick it where it's supposed to go. And then all this doesn't go there. Only this part goes in there. That part and that part. Then that part goes there. It's really going to go in the front vent, but I'm pulling them out of the front vent for right now. That was something I was actually thinking of making a 3D print for. Okay. Then let me see. How is this wrong? Oh no, that's right. That's that part. Then this is the part that goes back. That part goes back. And then I have to just grab it with some pliers. And I made it way too long. Way too long. Okay, then we're going to connect white side to white side. There we go. So that'll go like that. Oh, look at it. It's worked perfectly. Okay, let's shut this hatch. Get down in there, ESC. Okay, there we go. Okay, so all the lights are where they're supposed to be, and the connection was made. So now we're going to make the connection here. It's not easy to see, but it's there. Let me just make sure. Ground is on the outside, signals in the middle. Signals on the inside. Power's in the middle. Okay, we have the lights plugged in. Now it is time to shut off the soldering iron and plug in the computer. Plug in the plane into the processor. That end goes into the processor. This end goes into the computer. And we will have to get the computer ready so we can show it on the screen. Put away our toys, our tools. Tools, toys. Toys, tools. Zip ties. Don't need those. Get rid of all this little bit of trash on the bench here. Keep the workspace a little clean if we can. Okay. Soldering iron is put away. And This fan can go right there. Okay, laptop. Laptop's over here somewhere. Laptop is here. Pardon me, I just have limited space for all the toys here. Tools, I mean. Tools. Not toys. Tools. Harry Corcoran has a... Yes. It seems like I have seen that channel, but not for a long time. So I guess I kind of forgot about it, to be honest. Maybe that's... I might be thinking of a different channel. Some other Carrie, I don't know. But I will check. I'll definitely check it out. And of course, you know the Notamed closed person. That dude and his farm. Awesome. Jealousy reigns when I watch his flying through his farmstead up there. Okay, so what do we have here? We have our laptop. There it is. Let's see if we can get it connected to the oh, there it is. Okay, so iNav configurator 3. I think we can switch screens. There you go. iNav configurator 3. See if that works. All right, now, are we going to be able to program the lights? I got to remember how to do this. I do remember how to do it vaguely. Go into like wire ordering mode, something like that. So let's go down here. LED. So we're going to have, let me just turn it around and get a visual. Okay, so starting from the left, that's going to be, starting from the flight controller, we're going to have, where's that first light? Light number 1 is inside. Okay, so we're going to say, let's go over to here. Say wire ordering mode. And so we're going to go 0 flight controller. Then 1 is the upper left. Then 2 is inside the VTX. Then 3 is in the rear. Then 4 is in the rear. Then 5 is up where the RX is. And then 6 is in the very front. Okay, that's how we're going to do that. Then we're going to go out of wire ordering mode. And 0, we're going to set to function modes and orientation. Overlay warnings. Is that what I should do to get the... I don't really care about orientation. I want the GPS. I want what you talked about, GPS setting. I used to know how to do that. Okay, well, we'll just move on to 1 for right now. 1 is going to be solid white. So, color white, okay. And 2 is going to be color blinking, and left is red, right? Left is red. Then 3 is going to be color What am I going to have at the back? Color, I don't even know. I didn't even think about that. Blink always white. They're going to be like beacons. 3 and 4 will be beacons. For now, I can always change this. White, blink always. Then number 5 is going to be green. Color, green. And number 6, oh, and blink always. Number 5, blink always. And number 6 is going to be color, white. Save. Okay. We have reached the end. All we have to do is get the radio and a battery. We got the radio.
Welcome to OpenTX.
How much time do I got?
Switch warning.
I'm over budget.
Manual mode. Why?
Okay. Wing
Lights
iNav.
on. Lights off.
Lights on. So I have the switch. Now I just need the battery. Okay, let's hope I don't blow it up. There goes nothing. I don't see any lights.
Lights off. Lights on.
Uh-oh. Okay, so now let's go to configuration. Back one should be throttle. Oh, like... Yeah, like the ring can't... yeah, okay. I think I know what you mean. I did that with the ring. Well, wait. I don't know what I did. Okay, let's make sure I have LED strip turned on. No, I do not. Okay, save and reboot.
Lights off. Lights on.
Oh, I see lights. I'm going to switch cameras. Let's turn off the lights and see what we got. Turn off more lights. So is everything doing what I wanted? Okay, so this is the mode light in here. Back ones could be throttle. Yeah, I'll think about that. That might be... I kind of wanted beacons, flashing beacons. I like how... Oh, the green one isn't flashing. The red one is flashing. The green one's not flashing. So let's go back. Let's go back and fix it. Gotta get this right. Green one. Blink always. Huh. Color. Blink always. Save. Now let's reset it. I'm a computer guy. That sometimes works. Save. Okay, well, the green one's not flashing on the green side. That's interesting. Yeah. It's working. We did it. We did it. We did it. So that's probably going to mean I'm going to just have to reboot it maybe one more time and see if I can fix that green one flashing. It's even indicating flashing. So what did I do differently? The red one is red. The green one is green. Blink always. There's no difference between those two lights. Oh, it is flashing. That green light is it's red flashing, dum-dum. I'm so dumb sometimes. Okay, everything's working the way it's supposed to. Excellent. Okay, we did it. Happy days, cool beans is right. Okay, so I gotta walk the doggies and all that kind of stuff. So we did it. Another live stream has been successful, and I like doing this way because it keeps me on task. So I'll just clean up the wires and stuff when I get back and glue everything down, and that'll be part of my overall roundup of this plane, which I've already done. Oh well, we'll see. We'll see how I handle it, but it looks good. The lights are all doing their thing. And tomorrow's the maiden. Tomorrow will be the maiden flight. About 1 p.m. Central Time. Maybe I don't know if I can do a live stream from my phone or something. That would be kind of cool. We'll see. So, Robert, thanks for watching. And whoever else is out there in TV land, thanks for watching. I have a few new subscribers. I'm over 100 these days. So how exciting is that? I know that's nothing, but it's big for me. I can't believe 100 people would want to watch me do anything. So there you go. I'm going to try to make some content for real instead of live streams. Got tons of stuff, but got tons of planes to build. All right. Peace out, Robert. Peace out, everybody. Thanks. I will have a good time, and you too. Have a happy Saturday. Bye. Oh, I never switch it back to the right camera. Oh, well, good night, everybody.